What's happening, everyone? I'm Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays, and I've got another free NBA play on the way. Tonight, we're talking the Nets at the Knicks for this Wednesday, April the 6th. And before we get started, I've got to remind everybody about our sponsors, Caesar Sportsbook. Use the promo code MORNINGCZR. That's going to get you hooked up with up to $1,100 in first bet insurance. Or you could just check out the description of this video and find the link. Click on it, get hooked up with Caesars. Now, with me today, I've got expert handicapper Ross Benjamin here to talk some NBA. What's up, Ross?
It's all good, Allie. How about yourself?
Rocking and rolling. It's getting close. The old baseball season's getting close. Our college season is over for the basketball. It was a good one. But let's talk a little bit about the NBA right now. We've got the Nets -5 at the Knicks, and the total is 232. What's your best look on this one, Ross?
Yeah, let's keep in mind, folks, that we're taping this 24 hours in advance, and you never know in the NBA at this time of year what players might be held out at the last minute. So keep that in mind. The Knicks, they've won 5 of their last 7 and 10 of their last 16. So they're really competing hard down the stretch, even though they've been eliminated for a few weeks now from playoff contention. On the other hand, the Nets have gone 1-3 straight up and 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games. They are in the playoffs. We know how good the Nets are. They're going to be playing in the play-in tournament. But my point is here, you got one team that's competing hard and winning right now and another team that's in a mini funk. Yet the team in the mini funk is a road favorite of 5 points in this contest. However, when you look at how well the Knicks have done lately, and I just mentioned 10-6 in their last 16. They're still did most of their damage on the road. As a matter of fact, during that 16-game stretch, 11 of those 16 games were on the road. In the 5 at home, they went 1-4 straight up in ATS. As a matter of fact, if the Knicks, as a home underdog, have not fared well at all down the stretch. As a matter of fact, they're 1-6 straight up in ATS in their last 7 games as a home underdog. Now, this is a Nets team that didn't fare well at home this year, going 17-21 straight up. A lot of that might have to do with the fact that Kyrie Irving wasn't eligible to play at home until recently. But on the road, they've gone 23-17 straight up, and they've held their own. And I think they're the play here. I think they have to get primed for the playoffs because they're going to be in a situation where it's going to be one and done if they don't win. So I look for the Nets to try to find their groove here. And also, this is a Knicks team coming off a 118-88 win at Orlando. Even with that win, the Knicks are just 35-44. They're assured of a losing season, but I got an NBA money or point spread angle here for you. Anytime you have an NBA road favorite, they're coming and they're facing, a team that's coming off a road win by 10 points or more, like the Knicks are, and that home team that they're facing has a losing record like the Knicks have. Those road favorites have gone 44-20 against the spread since the start of the 2017-2018 season. At 68.8%, and the average line in those 64 games was 5.2. This line here is 5. So to me, I don't always pay attention to NBA betting angles, but when they're pertinent like this one, Ellie, I take notice. So I'm going with Brooklyn here. I'm going to lay the 5 on the road at the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, I get that they've lost 2 in a row, but you got to think they lost to the Bucks and they lost to the Hawks at the Hawks. You know, these are tough teams that they're playing. They're hungry for a win now. They got to keep this momentum going. They were tough games too. You know, it wasn't like they laid down and died or anything like that. So we're going to roll with the Nets -5 when they take on the Knicks on Wednesday night. Ross Benjamin, if people are looking to buy your best bets, your premium plays, they're going to head on over to picksandparlays.net. And what will they find when they get there?
Well, I would pay attention going into the playoffs on my NBA money line picks. I've only made 11 of them this year, Ellie. 2 of them have been money line underdogs. The other have been money line favorites of 135 or less. So I'm not handing out big chalks. I isolate those situations. I don't use them all the time. All season long, I've only used 11, but guess what? My record with those 11 picks, 11-0. And
Boom.
since I started with picks and
Boom.
parlays last year, same parameters, never give out a money line favorite of minus 135 or more, or greater than 135, I should say. And I've gone 18-1 since last year with those picks. Major League Baseball, 10-star top plays, which are my best bets. Last year, I went 42-22 with those plays.
Woo.
So again, long season. I only gave out 64 of them, 65%. None of them exceeded minus 135. You don't need me for money line chalks of more than minus 135. I'd like to keep 135 or less money line underdogs or totals, Ellie. So a lot to look forward to, folks. You got to, reach in your pocket, spend a little to make a lot.
Yes, indeed. So find Ross Benjamin over at picksandparlays.net. Use the promo code MAX. MAX is going to save you 20% off all of his best bets and premium plays. And until then, we're going to roll with the Brooklyn Nets -5 when they take on the Knicks on Wednesday.